Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, I'll be going through my AFLW Fantasy Round 10 review, going through and sort of looking at, sort of the season as a whole, but I'll have a sort of a debrief video, I reckon, in another couple of weeks. I just need to get started on some previews and stuff like that, some data collection for the upcoming sort of switches that we have in the codes as we go into the cricket season, as well as the fact that I just want to let this sort of simmer out for just a little bit, and also to gather my more thoughts on it rather than just, I think, 2 or 3 dot points at the moment. So that'll come out in the near future. But anyway, if you do like this video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and let's grab into this video here. So, as you can see here, I ended the season with a 1361, a round overall rank of 1284, and a round rank of 739. I can't see the round ranking. 1 second here. Let's just go here. Week 10. I don't know if it necessarily gives you a round rank for that week, but anyway, it is what it is. First off, just wanted to say thank you to everyone for this. If I actually go into the, let's go back into this and just go, let's just go into the back end of YouTube Studio for this for you guys. If I go to AFLW and then go all the way back, because there's a lot of videos on it, and then go back to when this all started. That's still round 3. If we go here and we go, when's round 1? When is the first one? It is August 8th, and then I go to the analysis. I go to here, and then I go back, not lifetime, I go back to 2024. I can probably grab it up here. July, August 8th. We started the channel at 561 and basically ended around, I would say, around here, 630. So what's that? Around about 70, 80 subscribers gained in the women's season. And I can tell you right now that that was roughly about the same that I had for when I first uploaded in the men's until, April, May. So that was about the same timeline as I had when I started the channel, and it was for the women. So I'm really, really happy about that growth, and I'm really happy that we have a community, especially some of the guys that watch this, watch pretty much every episode or video. I know Causa definitely does, and he corrects me when I'm wrong, because I'm wrong quite a fair few times. I glance over something and miss it. So I just want to say a personal thank you to Causa for correcting me quite a few times each week. But anyway, jumping into this video here. Serena Watson, 69, did her job. She's been a stalwart, I guess, in my backline the whole season. She just did her job, 69 points on the day. I think she didn't run out in a couple times, so she maybe could have got to 75, but I think this was a massive year for her, and I think she is going to be like Charlotte Thomas in a few years' time. I should rephrase that. I think she will, like Charlotte Thomas, be a defender that we always have, just because when she does get these heavy mark games, she goes absolutely nuts, and I just think that with the Saints style, she's going to have a couple of those games, as well as if she can get these tackles up. Because I don't know what she ended up averaging for the year DFS. We'll just quickly go this. But she was one that I really actually enjoyed having, and I think she's averaged probably 4 and 4 for the non-disposal points. There you go. If we go here, 3.8 marks, 2.7 tackles, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see those tackle numbers actually really rise in the second half of the year. She had 16 out of her 17, 19, 22, 24, 26, 27, what did I say, 17? 16 of her 27 tackles, whatever it was, in the last 3 weeks. So 30% of the season for like 60% of your tackles is a pretty fair increase. So yeah, she was well above it. She was almost doubling or tripling her tackle count in the respective last 3 weeks compared to the first 7. So yeah, she's one that I genuinely think could probably push 75 as an outright defender. which is really, really good to see. And I think she's really grown into her role, especially because this first one, she really had a shocker. But yeah, I think she's one that I will consider starting next year, even at 68. Webster, she came into the side and scored a 69, which was pretty much what I needed from her, and that was that. She's one that, depending on what happens with the Geelong midfield, we'll see how she goes next year, but she's also one that has had stints in the midfield. She's obviously, I think, going to have defender status just because she's only played like 3 games in the midfield. But yeah, she was one that really did score pretty heavily when she was involved in the midfield, if I am right in saying that. Thomas, 88, and just shows, I think, what Watson can do. Much like her, is that they have these really huge games where they just get involved, they start getting those marks, those heavy mark games, and they just explode, especially with her having a huge kick to handball ratio. She is just an absolute weapon, an average 70 for the year. A little bit down on her 72, but job done. Ella Heads, reliable. I think they've realised now, and I think the one thing with Ella Heads that is probably a good thing as well, is that next year they're going to have a winger in Gunjaka. Is it not Gunjaka? Chunika. I keep on saying this. And I think that will help push her back into the back line. And if she's back in the back line, I think she starts taking a massive monopoly on the kick-ins for the Swans. I think it was... I think she still had a majority, but I wouldn't say it was like what they would call a super majority with the kick-ins. Yeah, you can sort of see it. It definitely started to flip in her favour. But you can see when she was placed on the wing, Bree Tarrant took a lot of them against pretty strong sides. But yeah, you can see here that she started to take quite a few. So I think that you'll see McAvoy and Heads take a majority of the kick-ins next year. And so I think that there's potential for her to pick I'd say another 3 points or 5 points per game just from kick-ins, let alone... from just being down back and not stuck on a wing doing nothing. So yeah, I definitely think Ella Heads is an interesting one for next year. Grider, this was a throw at the stumps and I missed. Simple as that. Had to do something like that. And if I go to 600k defenders, I probably missed someone. Weak points, actually looking at it, didn't miss anyone. Maybe 700k, did I miss anyone? Eamonson dropped. Gorham went up 29k, so I don't know if I could get to her. Grider actually, I think, went week change. I don't know if they applied any price changes. I don't think they did. Fitzgerald, Craven. So yeah, I don't know if there was anyone that I could have necessarily gotten to that actually would have done much better, like significantly better, but still, it was a throw at the stumps and I badly missed. Yeah, it was actually Smith that I could have gone to and it would have worked a lot better, but she had a 17 in there, so I was like, I don't know if I want to touch that. And Bedell actually was probably the one to just have a punt at. But anyway, it is what it is. Marinoff 107 doubled. If I had actually used VC on her and I'd gone to Strom, I would have much preferred that. I just forgot about that till about 10 minutes into the Adelaide game, but it is what it is. I probably should have done that and just done a Yaz Dersma in here. Conti 92 got away to an absolute flyer and then just stopped, which is annoying, but it seems that's the norm with the women's sort of how they run at the moment. Someone gets away to a heater. Same thing with Goering happened, and then they slow down dramatically. Hatchard got to a 102, so really happy about that. I know that I said to trade her out, and I had her traded out until I realised that Goldrick was injured. Which was really dumb of me to not realise that earlier. But Hatchard 102, yeah, got the job done. Rowbottom was on 103 post-game, got a tackle taken away. She had like 3 or 4 tackles taken away from her in the game. 99 for her, ends the season, and we'll see what happens with her next year. But 106 is quite surprising, to be honest with you, from what we thought she would do. And then Goering 105, I think she's one that can definitely develop even further. We saw early she had a 44 and a 75 as her 2 lowest scores. So her 2 lowest scores, I think, were the ones that I had her in, which is really annoying. She had a 63. So I owned her for her 2 lowest scores of the year and didn't own her for like a majority of her sort of campaign, which was really annoying. I didn't own her for her top score, it looks like. Yeah, so that's typical, isn't it? Boyle Carr didn't play. Strom 166, sort of indicating a little bit the decision to go her, but I would have rather just get O'Dowd, to be honest with you, and then been able to get like a, where is it here, all prices. I would have been able to get like a Gay or a Georgiostathis or someone like that, as Sheeran actually didn't do too well, didn't she? She was down, where is she? Where is Sheeran? Have I just missed her? Let's just go here. Sheeran went 55. Newton went 80. So yeah, would have had to go Maddie Gay in the end to have gained a lot significantly. But yeah, if we actually go to averages, Maddie Gay finished top, which is quite surprising at 82.3. So defenders definitely getting more and more points this year and starting to transition to a point where they're getting more points than general. They're closing the gap to the midfielders and the forwards. So yeah, would have definitely helped. Cynthia Hamilton, 76, did her job, and I think in the end went roughly par with Maloney. I think across the 2 weeks that I owned her, 126, 135, and Maloney, if I go to the forwards, Maloney across the 2 weeks went 141. So I lost 6 points from going Hamilton compared to Maloney, and saved a good little bit of cash, so it wasn't the worst outcome in the end. Gould was probably the one to go for in the end, as she got another like 8 points on Maloney. What about Bodie? How did she go across it? But they were all around that 140 marker. Hoare wasn't that damaging, to be honest, with a 85, so it wasn't as damaging. O'Loughlin as well, around that 126 marker. And I don't think Fitzsimmons or anyone. Fitzsimmons, I guess, was probably almost the best one to go for in that point. But yeah, there wasn't anyone that I think did dramatically well in the week that they damaged me too much across the 2 games that I had to cover Hoare for. Randall 77, Tripodi 76, job done for those two. Too good injured, but she's going to be like 500k or something dumb next year, averaging 38.7. I can put that in the calculator for you guys just to show you that she's going to be super, super cheap. 38.7 times the 12.95 is a 501k next year. 501k next year. I think she's also 6 games should be enough to calculate for the to grab the 38.7 rather than last year's score, last year's average, sorry. So yeah, she's going to be one that's ultra value next year. She's just had an unlucky couple of early injuries. If you take those injuries out, she is averaging, what is that? 100 plus 136 plus 87, divide that by 4. That's a 55.75 on these games here, and she wasn't even back to her best until basically this game here. So like, yeah, you can sort of see it, and I back her to score better than what she was doing. And then Gabby O'Sullivan just started to really fall off in the last couple of weeks, which really does suck. That was probably a bad decision in the end, but yeah, we'll, I guess, review that and look at that for next year. And then Dersma and then Smith just couldn't ever get going this year. So much for what she was going to do, and now she's probably going to be priced at like 300 and something K, but yeah, be 21, so maybe she takes a next step in her AFL career. And that pretty much is the video for AFLW Fantasy. And we'll have like 1 or 2. You'll have the tips video after this, and then you'll have one more video in a couple weeks time where I just review everything. But if you did enjoy that video, remember to like and subscribe. Turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.